evening and welcome to Information Please, your Peoria Public Library on the air. Bring you information about your library and your community. And this evening I have Alice Jackson from the library, and we're going to tell you about all the great programs coming up in March. Hi, Alice.
Hey, Tricia.
You've been busy.
Yes, we are planning and always planning. Lots of things coming up.
Well, that's why this is a good chance to let everybody know what's coming, because I think you can just get lost in our calendar. It starts to all run together, and what's this and what's that.
Yeah, and I mean, even if you pick up your kid events or you pick up your passages, and
there's so much stuff.
There really is, which is awesome. That is, we're really happy about that, though.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
So you can listen with your headphones or while you're doing the dishes or driving or something.
Yeah.
And hear what we're doing.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
let's start at the beginning.
Well, as you know, we're back into Peoria Reads again, and so we've got our book picked out, and we're encouraging everybody to read the Henrietta Lacks book. I know you've read it.
The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks by Rebecca Skloot. And we do have our website up.
Yes.
PeoriaReads.com.
Yes.
There's been some confusion over the years, because for a while we were Big Reads, Peoria Reads, and then we lost our website, but we've got a new one that's up, and
it looks great.
It looks great, and you can actually find what you're looking for on it.
Exactly.
And
so now we just have to remind everybody, PeoriaReads.com.
Yeah, PeoriaReads.com, and you can find it. And we have received a Community Foundation grant.
Yes,
so,
I heard that. That is great news.
So that will get some books out into the community. But you know, if you have a generous heart, buy a book, read it, pass it on.
Yeah, or check it out at the library and make sure you let everybody else know to check it out. Or
exactly.
Yeah, and get your book clubs involved in discussing. We've got several book clubs that have already talked about meeting throughout the month of March and into April to discuss some things, working with Bradley University Women's Studies Group and some other groups. And there's some different panel discussions and some speakers coming in and things like that. But we also are doing kind of a more, I don't want to say fun, because some of the movies are a little dark, but a little more lighthearted. That's even not quite right either.
I think that what we're doing is we're exploring the themes in the book in different ways. And one of the important themes is, what's the relationship of women and science? Because this is the story of someone who is deceased, had her cells taken, and became a huge scientific breakthrough. Nobody ever asked her if they could use her cells.
Just took them.
They took them,
so bizarre.
And that brings up a whole other theme about, do we own our bodies?
There was a whole, I know a couple classes were talking about doing this as kind of an ethics study, and seeing where does everything fit in, and do we have any rights?
There's so many medical procedures that go on that we don't even know what happens. There's a huge debate about, for instance, cord blood, your baby's cord blood.
Yes.
Just all sorts of stuff. And so it's a very timely book, particularly for Peoria being such a big medical community.
Yes.
This is a great book.
Pulling in.
If you want, I think a great idea is just call up your best friends and tell them to read the book, and have them over for lunch or dinner and have an informal book discussion, because the reader's guide is right out there on the web.
There's
you can
lots
download
of,
it.
lots
You don't
of
need a professional librarian to do this.
No, you don't. You really don't. And actually, sometimes that's easier, just to talk amongst yourselves about it. And like you said, there's a variety of different reader's guides. There's the one from Rebecca Skloot's website, and some others through the publisher, and some other things. There's lots of questions out there, lots of topics to discuss. It's very interesting. Some people said it was hard to get into. I
don't think so.
I don't think so
I think
either.
it read like a mystery novel.
Yes,
because it addresses not only women in science, but it addresses the issue of poverty of African Americans. This one was a poor tobacco farmer. It addresses the issue of health care, because her family, although people have made gazillions off of these cells,
she herself, they had nothing.
And her family lives in poverty, and they can't even get health insurance. And it's a story of how Rebecca Skloot worked with the family to piece together the story of what happened.
Yes.
And so you get to know her children and her, the rest of her extended family.
Her family,
very well.
definitely.
So there's many topics to be covered in this.
There is a science aspect to it, but it's not.
It's not heavy science.
No, not at all.
Easily understandable.
Yeah.
And there's things like just the woman who works in the lab who does so much work with the cells to keep them growing, and she's never been recognized for anything.
No, I know. It's so bizarre how all these people, and it's all intertwined. But
so a lot to talk about.
So there's, like I said, there's the panel discussions and the different speakers that are coming, book discussions that we're encouraging people to do with either their book clubs or, like you said, their neighborhood group,
or come to one of the ones at the library.
Exactly. And we also have some films lined up to go along with the science theme.
Yeah, and they explore those themes.
Exactly. There's
what
one
are those?
There's one that is specifically about Henrietta Lacks, and that is called The Way of All Flesh. That'll be at the North Branch. It is a documentary. We ran across it through the BBC website, and we're able to purchase that and show that with all the rights. So that'll be early March 2nd, out at North Branch. Then we also have some more feature films, I guess is a better way to put it. Contact, which stars Jodie Foster. She's a scientist. That will also be at the North Branch, March 11th. And the Apollo, we're going to work with them again, as we've done in the past for different things. They've always been a good
partner for us.
They're going to show The Saint, which stars Elizabeth Shue as a scientist in that one. You'll see the theme here.
Yes.
That is March 16th at Apollo. And then Gorillas in the Mist, which I think everybody's familiar with Sigourney Weaver. That one will be March 28th at North Branch. So we've got a couple different dates and things, a Saturday, a Sunday, a Thursday evening, different things like that. So lots of choices there.
Yeah, and lots of different ways to think about the themes in this book.
Definitely.
But the main thing is read the book.
Yes.
Read the book and talk about it.
It's a very interesting book, as we've put out there now.
and there's a lot of books that, if you get interested in this, there's a lot of other books you can read, and we have suggestions for that as well.
Yes, definitely. So some other things we have going on. We have Adam Larson, who is a jazz musician from Normal, Illinois. He's living in New York now and performing and recording and traveling, but kind of a hometown fellow, and so he's going to be back here in March. He's doing a lot of school visits and things like that, some college visits, working with students, but one of the only public performances that he will do will be at our main library, March 8th. It's a Friday, it's 5 p.m. in our auditorium, so we're really hoping to pack the house, so to speak, because he is local.
Yeah, he's
local. So we think that's pretty exciting.
And he's come back from New York. And we should remind people, parking is free.
Yes, it's
Friday nights.
Yeah, it's
downtown,
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock,
so
it's free.
After hours, so to speak. Yes. So we're really excited about having him and his music. He's very, very talented. He's a young guy. He's only, I think, in his mid to late 20s. He's a young guy, but he's very talented. Worked with a lot of different jazz artists and has been working on his own recordings and everything in New York. So he's excited. He's excited to come back and do some performances here in the area.
That'll be great.
We've
got him
coming.
To be able to see him for free at the library.
Yes, that's for free. We also have another local person coming in to do a book signing and selling, Sylvia Schultz. She has a new book out.
Everybody's very anxious to get a hold of Fractured Spirits.
Yes, Fractured Spirits, Hauntings at the Peoria State Hospital. She does some paranormal writings, and she's, like I said, she's a local person as well, so that's kind of exciting to have a local star on again.
And of course, she's been on national TV, her story, very recently.
Yeah, just recently. So that's gotten everybody calling the library looking for the book and wondering what's going on. So she will be here at Peoria Public Library on the 16th of March for signing and book selling and talk, of course. So come out and hear how she got the idea for the book and what all her stories are about and everything else, and perhaps get an autographed copy. So
that'd be great.
Sylvia Schultz. And then, of course, like I said, our Peoria Reads films that we have coming up. We have another film series that's going on before Broadway. So it's all movies based on, I'm sorry, backwards.
Backwards. It's before Broadway.
Before the Broadway. So there's been Mary Poppins and some others, and in March we'll have Billy Elliot.
Yeah, and that show is going to be in Peoria, and that's what we've done here is followed the shows that are coming to Peoria. But before somebody put them on the stage, they were a movie.
They were a movie, and then people turned them into turn them into the stage
shows.
Yeah, so before Broadway.
And that's usually not the way it goes. A lot of times a Broadway show gets turned into a movie.
Which is why I got tongue-tied there.
Yes, that's fine.
So
that'll be fun.
So that'll be fun. And then also during the month of March with Women's History Month, we have some women's films. Nothing serious, nothing that you'll probably learn anything from, but just some fun things. And different age groups are targeted for these. We have Brave, which is the new cartoon animated film, Steel Magnolias, Calendar Girls, and Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. So we kind of covered all ages with this, kept it lighthearted. Just something that pretty much anybody could enjoy. And those will be every Monday in March out of the North Branch in the evening. So the first one, Brave, that'll be March 4th, and that is actually a day off of school because of Casimir Pulaski Day. So if people want to come out and see that after, after dinner or whatever, or bring a dinner with you for any of these, we've kind of been encouraging that for some of our evening films. If you want to bring a snack with you, that's fine. We know, sometimes they run into the dinner hour.
Eat dinner.
Yeah, but we still would like people to come in. We understand, that you've got to get that in there, but bring a snack, or we'll provide a few light refreshments for you. So,
okay, great.
So those are the Mondays in March. And we, of course, always have our regular story times that go for all ages.
You can find a story time any day of the week.
And yes, any day of the week, any age. And of course, a lot of the story times, state a specific age that they're aimed at, but that doesn't mean you can't bring siblings that are of other ages.
Right.
We understand, you can't always take your children somewhere else and then just focus on this one. Sometimes you have to bring everybody. That's fine. Just, come and enjoy.
And we have a lot of story times that are for all, particularly at North Branch, their story times are always for all ages.
For all ages. Everybody's welcome.
But then we do have some that are for the new moms with their first baby and the lap babies that you can do little games.
Singing and those are
great because moms get to meet other moms.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It's a hard time.
It is. It's a good time to get out of the house and talk with other new moms or experienced moms, whichever the case may be, and just have a little time away from your four walls.
The four walls and doing the laundry.
So that's coming up. We'll always with our story times. We have some interesting kids programs coming up. We have a library scavenger hunt. Talks about how many people have library cards and versus how many McDonald's do we have in the United States. Different things like that. So there's lots of scavenger hunt trivia things going on, and that'll be at Lakeview Saturday and Sunday in March, and there'll be some prizes to go along with that.
Okay.
We've also got a self-defense class, which I'm actually interested to watch. I don't think I can participate. I think I'm too old. But a self-defense class, and not necessarily just to learn how to protect yourself. And another thing that we've talked about is how self-defense classes actually help kids build confidence.
Yes.
And so that's one thing that it's Mark Hutchins from the United Youth in Action. And that's one thing that he focuses on is building self-confidence as well as learning how to defend yourself. So we're kind of excited about that.
Yeah.
Some art classes, photography for teens class.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we've got a person at the Lakeview branch working with an ICC student, and she's actually, she's a younger person, so that'll be fun to have the teens working with a younger person versus a grown-up, but working with photography skills and honing your own and seeing what you can do with a camera. I wish somebody would have taken me aside and showed me some of those things when I was younger.
Yeah.
I know
I grew up with that, but
I know we both like to use our cameras, but
constantly
still learning on that. So I think that's kind of neat to expose teens to that. I know a lot of people carry around a cell phone camera all the time or just a pocket camera, but more and more people are picking up a DSLR or something like that, and so with the prices coming down, it's kind of neat to see the things you can do.
Yes, it is.
A big thing that we have coming up in March that we celebrate every year is Dr. Seuss's birthday. Read Across America Day, Dr. Seuss's birthday is March 2nd. We actually landed the actual Cat in the Hat costume this year. And as you know, it's a hard thing to come upon.
To actually have the Cat in the Hat come.
Yeah, the real Cat in the Hat. So we have that the weekend of March 9th. So we will be doing our Cat in the Hat Dr. Seuss Read Across America celebration on Saturday, March 9th at the main library. It's kind of an all-day celebration. We'll have things available all day for the kids, make it, take it type things, some snacks as supplies last, of course. Hoping to do some pictures with the kids in the Cat in the Hat, and just some little giveaways and things like that. So we're pretty excited about that.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, like I said, it's hard to get that costume. There's a long waiting list for that.
Yeah.
Everybody
for the Cat
wants
in the Hat to come.
One thing that they've started out at the North Branch is a family history club, and basically it's working with kids and genealogy. You wouldn't guess that kids would be interested, but
they are.
They are. They
well,
really
so
are.
many of them are asked to do that at a fairly young age in school, and some of them just really get a passion for that, wanting to know who I am, where I came from.
Yes. Where did my ancestors come from, and who's?
Yeah. How did I get here?
Yeah.
You look at the whole world. How did I end up here?
Exactly.
And yeah, this is a great introduction.
It really is.
To actually do some serious genealogy.
We have a fantastic genealogy department at our main library, but not everybody at the branches. The patrons, if they're normally using the branches and not the main library, then maybe they don't know about it. So exposing some of these patrons to some of that will maybe then get them to come down and do some more serious research on their own. But the parents and the kids are always invited to come in for these family history club. They do some crafts, they do some research. I know they've been working on some different things with like a treasure box almost, and where you came from, and putting your family treasures in a treasure box and different things like that. But like I said, the one thing they really try to encourage is the parents and the kids working together on this, so that the kids can learn from the parents, and maybe the parents then will learn more too.
Yeah.
So,
and that's a great family project to work on it together.
It is. It makes it easier.
It
makes it easier all around, but then everybody learns a little bit from each other. So that's fun. We have a Lego Builders Club that's starting out at North Branch. We had to do some sign up because there's limited resources and things like that, and the sign up has gone off the charts, so they've added more sessions to it. So give a call to the Lakeview branch. They'll let you know the dates that are coming up for the different sessions of that. But basically it's exactly what it sounds like, Lego Builders Club.
Right.
You go in there, you use your talent and the blocks that are given, and they're going to have different themes and things like that to build on, or to build things.
And ideas of what to build.
Yeah. Now we also have our robotics club, our Lego Robotics, which takes place out at the North Branch, and they're not the same, but they have some similar
They're
qualities.
using Legos.
Yeah, exactly. Now, of course, the robotics one focuses more on the robotics part of it, but
and that one, of course, you're working with the computers and programming, and you're given a challenge, and that fills up very quickly too.
It does.
But
it does.
That's a great way for kids to, for free, because our friends at the library purchased that kit for them to be able to, to build those Lego robots and make them work. And the kids are so thrilled when they
really
get
are.
past those challenges.
And they actually make it move and
do
whatever it's
move,
supposed
or
to
make
do.
It run down the red line, or go over here and pick this up. And it's amazing what they can get those little things to do.
It is. And there are quite a few robotics clubs for the high school age and into early college age, but the robotics club that's at North works with kind of more the middle school age. So that's something to introduce them to it.
A little bit younger.
Yeah.
And there are kids that age who are very good at it already.
Yeah, they are. They really are. So not to compete with it, just to complement it. Lakeview's doing the Lego Builders Club. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun there. There's 2 musical performances coming up towards the end of March. We always have a lot of fun with our musical performances. We have the Kids Rock at the PPL.
That's a series we just started this year, and it's exploded.
It has.
Where else can you go? And it's the kind of thing you'd pay a lot of money to take your children to at a theater or somewhere, but we offer this for free.
For free.
And it's so much fun.
It really is. It really is. Our first few sessions we've had quite a few people in attendance already, so that's a lot of fun. And to see the kids laughing and dancing and pulling their parents out there to come up and dance with them. We always make sure we leave some space in front of whatever performer for the kids to dance around, because these performers encourage that. There would be some other performances you would go to where they would say, oh, you need to sit quiet, but not these. Not these. They are moving around and having fun. We've had Julie Kay, we've had Mr. Singer and the Sharp Cookies, and now coming in March we have the Pint Size Polkas, which is a polka group. I don't know how to polka. Do you know how to polka?
I was raised on the polka.
I was going to say, I thought you were.
Yes, I think that my dad was doing the polka with me from the minute I was born. Polka is in my blood. Well, and polka is a blast for little kids. And you're not doing like if you see, maybe Gone with the Wind or something, where they're doing, you know, people in hoop skirts doing big circles. A lot of times it's almost like you're galloping. You're hanging on to somebody, and but you learn the basic steps. So if later on you want to actually do a real polka with a partner, and polka music is fun
and loud, and
it's fun and it's loud, and it's several different cultures wound up in that.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we're pretty excited about having them. They'll be at North March 23rd. It's a Saturday, and those are always at 1:00 in the afternoon. So grab some lunch, run out there, or do a late lunch afterwards. It's only about an hour performance, so just long enough to get the wiggles out, but not too long that the kids get antsy.
Or exhausted.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'll exhaust them. You can take a nap on the way home. So Pint Size Polkas will be here in March, and keep your eyes open for April. We've got that one booked as well, and those are a lot of fun. And then the next day, just back to back, on Sunday, March 24th, out at North, we have the next person in our Music in the Mackenzie series, which is another series that took off. We've been doing a Sunday series at North, different kind of grassroots type music, a little variety throughout, but that's the basics of it. So this will be Cliff Eberhardt. He's been writing songs and singing and doing things since age 7, I believe, is what I heard.
Yes.
So I'm sure he has a large repertoire of things to pull from.
Yeah, and I think if you look him up on the internet, and that link could be on our website under Music in the Mackenzie, and you can read about some of the very interesting things he has done in his career. So this will be very different, but appropriate for all ages. People will enjoy him.
Yeah, that's a
great way to spend a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, again, it's a free performance. Like you said, always free, and those are always Sundays at 2:00. Just watch our calendar to see. It's usually towards the end of the month, middle to the end of the month, but
yeah, it works out. If you're going to church or running errands, get some lunch, and then come and
Stop
relax with some lovely live music.
Yeah, and they always have CDs for sale, it seems like, or T-shirts, whichever. And 20% of the proceeds for those go to our Friends of the Library.
So you're helping the friends.
Yes, and the Friends of the Library then turn around and help us. So
it's help us to bring in more
of these performers.
More of the performers and the programs.
Yeah. And then towards the end of March, of course, we've got a couple different Easter make-it-take-its and Easter egg hunts. If you haven't experienced the Easter egg hunt at Lincoln Branch, you might want to take a look at that.
Yeah.
I don't know, you might want to stand from the back, from the sidewalk, and watch. But they generally have a very large crowd, lots of children. Always keep your fingers crossed for good weather, because they hide hundreds of eggs. And hundreds and hundreds of plastic eggs out on the lawn, and they generally have the Easter Bunny there with them. So it's a lot of fun. They have a lot of prizes and crafts and games and everything else. So it's a fun time. And we've also got I can't not mention it, but we also have an Easter egg hunt at Lakeview Branch this year, and they encourage you to bring your Easter baskets so you can carry your eggs around. I'm not sure if they'll do hundreds. We'll have to wait and see.
See how that one goes.
Yeah, but
it'll be fun.
It will be. They always seem to have fun with that. And then of course there's a make it take it Easter craft. We're really we really have a lot of fun with the make it take it crafts. We do a lot of different ones at the different locations.
And surely there's one for St. Patrick's Day in March.
There is a St. Patrick's Day craft, another make it take it type, and basically, to explain that, it is exactly what it sounds like. You'll have your your supplies there, and if you have time to stay and do it there, that's great. If not, you can take it home and
take a kit with you and do it at home. Pick up your books and take your craft and go.
Exactly.
Yeah, or stay there and have some fun. We do have to warn people it's while supplies last.
Yes, yeah.
Because once in a while we do run out. If it's a lot of people hit the library that day. We try and plan ahead, but you can't always.
You just never know.
Have quite enough.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm sure a lot of our story times are going to do St. Patrick's Day and Easter things. And
lots of spring things.
Spring chicks.
We're getting ready for that. I think everybody's antsy.
Yeah, they are. And they are ready for warmer weather and a few flowers here and there.
Definitely.
Yeah. And so we should also just look ahead a little bit, and let's look ahead to warm weather, and you get all the way to summer reading.
Summer reading.
Which we'll be able to sign up starting May 1st, I assume, like we always do.
Yes, as always, May 1st is our sign up, 7-week program again, starting beginning of June. Our theme this year is Have Book Will Travel. So we've got a lot of ideas to build on the travel theme, whether it's reading a book and traveling, and traveling in your mind, or actually physically traveling around.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll have our big party at the end.
Yes.
Yeah, but I know moms start planning, what are we going to do this summer?
Well, don't forget about summer reading.
So have to put summer reading in the mix there, which really helps with schoolwork and all. So thank you, Alice, for coming and taking time to join us. That was a lot of programs. There's probably about 100 programs a month at Peoria Public Libraries these days. They're all over the place. We'd love you to come to all our different locations and attend the programs that you might enjoy. If you lost track of what all these were, we didn't even get to all of them. We didn't talk about our college prep programs and many, many other things we have going on. So all our book clubs are still happening. All of those are on our web calendar at peoriapubliclibrary.org. You can also subscribe to our electronic newsletter, Passages, and have that delivered to you. You can print it out or just put the things you like on your calendar. You can pick up a paper copy of Passages in the library. You can also pick up a paper kit events. They're got all the things you need. You can just call us too if you want to know what is there to do this weekend. We'll be glad to tell you. So we're glad you joined us, and we'll see you next week on Information Please.